Hi Virgo, welcome to your November 2019 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And if you haven't got your seat yet, you can get a space on the Winter Solstice Alignment Activation session. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I've been doing a lot of work on this. I'm really excited about it, and I really hope to see you there. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the month ahead has in store for you. So when I went into my intuition to look at what your message was for this month, what I saw was a silver fish, but it was the scales that I was being shown that was really important, that were really important. And interestingly enough, it's this whole exercise, I'm really loving the message aspect of these readings that I'm doing lately, because it's forcing me to look at things, to research things that I haven't necessarily looked at before, or maybe I've only ever skimmed over, and I'm now needing to delve into it more and get more of a deeper understanding. Now, first things first, not to freak you out, but I'm going to tell you this one. Growing up, my mum used to have lots of little knowledge about lots of little different, spiritual things and superstitions and stuff. And she always told me that whenever you see a silver fish, especially if you see a silver fish in the bath, it means that somebody's pregnant. So for those of you that are just getting this news, congratulations. For those of you that are, in partnerships and you don't necessarily want that to happen, this could be a very fertile month for you, according to my intuition. Now, upon doing my research and googling and looking at things and seeing if I could find anything in books, some of the things that I found about fish scales, silver fish scales especially, was what I was shown. Are relationship enhancement. So there could be something about your relationship this month that is coming under scrutiny. And when we say something comes under scrutiny, we always suggest that we're going to find something bad. Sometimes it's just about exploration to see if everything is working the way that it should, to see if everybody involved is happy, right? And the other aspect of seeing silver fish scales was the culmination of financial endeavor, the successful culmination of financial endeavors that you've got into. Now, mostly it talked about golden fish scales with successful conclusions, but silver is the color of the moon. It's the precious metal of the moon. And it's always a reflection. And what I kind of take away from that is you could have maybe expected to see more from a financial, from something that you've done with your finances or a culmination. Maybe you expected more than you'll actually get, but it's going to be successful either way. But yeah, in terms of relationships, that looks good this month. For a select few of you, this could possibly be talking about, another baby on the way, another baby. So congratulations if that is you. But yeah, in terms of your finances, that was the other thing. It spells out a profitable, I think the last thing that I read was a profitable conclusion to a financial, not obligation, but you get what I mean. All right, so your actions and interactions with the world at large, you've got the King of Wands, right? This is beautiful. The King of Wands is at home in the actions and interactions because it's about what you do. Your actions and interactions with the world at large is what you're doing, how you're doing it. And the King of Wands is bold, right? He's done it. He's been there. He's done all of it. And he's not afraid to be seen to do what he needs to do, right? He rules his kingdom through action, right? He shows people. This is the sort of experience this month where you could be saying to people, right, you know what, I'm going to show you. Let me give you a demonstration. It's not like this is what you do, now go off and do it on your own. It's like you're going to be you could be showing people things in a really practical way. You could be sharing things with people. Given the fact that this was your message as well, maybe there's something that you've been working on behind the scenes that this month you're kind of like, yeah, okay, you know what, this feels like the right time to share with people. This feels like the right time to sort of deliver that to the world. Now, the King of Wands as a person is a fire sign male. He would be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. So it could be that you're interacting with somebody that's in a position of authority or a position of power. It could be that you're interacting with somebody that that wants your help or your assistance in some way, shape, or form. Now, because it is in your actions, this is what you're consciously doing. The other thing about the King of Wands, he's not afraid to be seen to do what it is that he does, right? And this is why the Wands cards represent fire, and fire represents people that are in the creative industries or the arts. Because if you say to somebody that's a singer or a dancer, oh, okay, then sing me a song or do me a dance, they will just do it. No matter how many people are there watching, all the rest of it. And this is the energy that you need to cultivate this month, Virgo. This is the energy that you need to find in yourself. You've got to, and just as I said that, I looked at the clock and it was 5:55. Right, so this tells me that there's something that's going to be very liberating, something that's going to be very freeing for you this month, to show, to demonstrate, you know what, this is what I've been working on, this is what I've done with my time, this is who I am, it's almost like you're leading by example this month, and you're not holding back in any way, shape or form, which is beautiful. I think one of the things that I love most about Virgo energy, your energy reminds me of, the song The Wind Beneath My Wings? It's like Virgos are very content and very happy to see other people shine, but they're not really the person that wants to be seen to do it themselves. They're quite happy to play that, not in a bad way, but, in the best way, actually. They're happy to play the supporting role. Well, this month, you're not the supporting act. You are the star, right? Which is beautiful. So let's have a look at your money and materials. You've got the 10 of Wands. There is a financial burden that is being released from you this month, right? There's a conclusion or a culmination. Look at that, right? And you saw me shuffle the cards, right? That's nuts, right? That's really, really interesting and really kind of cool, actually. So your 10 of Wands is where you can let go of a burden. It's where something is done and it's complete and you can finally shrug it off. And because it falls in your money and materials sector, and you've already had this to me feels like the conclusion of something. So this could be that you've paid something off. It could be that you are culminating in a specific experience. It could be that you have, I don't know, maybe you set yourself a financial goal of some sort and you reach it this month, which feels to me like it's ahead of schedule. I don't know why, but I kind of get this feeling that maybe you'd set out more time for it, but you see the conclusion of it this month. And that could really, in terms of your finances, put you in a very good stead indeed. The fact that you got the 10 of Wands right next to the King of Wands, which are two very high expressions of the Wands suit, really feels for me like it's almost like you're leveling up, right? So this whole thing about playing the supporting role really ties in. You're going up to the next level, and you've got to be seen to be doing it. You can't. It's like if you won an Oscar, you wouldn't be able to accept it from your bedroom and have them make an excuse for you, would you? You'd have to go up on stage and accept the award. It looks like you could be getting some sort of recognition, award, accolade this month. And while it may be, a little bit surprising, there is a part of you that's kind of like, yeah, I had a feeling I might get it. So really well done to you. Your communications with the world at large, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. I mean, this for me is what spells out more than anything. There's definitely an accolade, a recognition, an award or a reward of some sort that's coming your way, because the 9 of Pentacles is about where we've put the work in. It's about where we have really, really drilled down on something and given it our absolute best. And the thing about the 9 of Pentacles, it brings you eventual prosperity, because the next card after this is the 10 of Pentacles, which basically says that when it comes to your money materials, this month you're going to have some really good news in that respect. And it's going to be like, you know what, I see the difficulty that you went through, or I see where you've denied yourself, or I see where you've had to go without to make this happen. And it's going to really hit home where you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, like wow, you know, all of it's kind of paid off. That's what I see the Nine of Pentacles as. It's that moment of recognition, and you're gonna have that. It might even be publicly as well. You might get some sort of public recognition this month where, you know, all your hard work and effort is kind of rewarded, and you kind of like, oh, okay, this is a little bit weird because, you know, it's not what I'm used to. It's not what I would usually expect, but it's coming your way. These are really great cards. The thing is though, they put you front and center, and that's, you know, it's an energy that you might need to, you know, you might need to get used to, which is lovely. All right, so let's have a look at your relationships. You've got the King of Cups. This is a beautiful card for your relationships. For those of you that are single, you've got this right next to the Nine of Pentacles. This is the month where you can slow down a bit. And it may be a month where those of you that are single are saying to yourself, actually, you know what? I think I'm ready. I think I've worked hard enough. I think I've gained and built enough security in order to now take a backseat and make maybe looking for a relationship or settling down more of a priority. You know, that's if you want to. It's certainly an energy that's coming through. For those of you that are partnered already, that are married, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, all the rest of it, your King of Cups is beautiful because it suggests that you're on top of your emotions, they're on top of their emotions, and you want the best for each other, and you can communicate that. And it's almost like you're saying to each other, you know what? I see how hard you've been working, and yeah, I have felt a little bit neglected, but you know what? I know that this is for the best of us. I know that this has a bigger and broader goal. I know that we're heading towards something for us together. So, you know, as much as it's not been nice not spending so much time with you, what I actually am getting back from it in terms of seeing you succeed and feeling that long-term longevity of our relationship, it makes it all worth it. I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, if you look at him as well, right? He's surrounded by opulence, which for me really bodes very, very well. You've got a lovely set of cards here for the month ahead. Virgos, I have to say, actually, out of everybody, it looks like you have the smoothest month. Everybody else's is either all like really high, like yeah, or, you know, some people have got it there, or some people have got a mixed bag, but yours just feels really nice. So your first card out, you've got Faith. Right, so this card represents the sign of Taurus, and Faith represents the Hierophant, right, which is all to do with the structures, the rules, the regulations, the governing bodies, the bigger institutions. So your accolade, your award or reward could be coming from, you know, a really well-known name. It could be coming from somewhere that's got letters, or possibly even someone that has letters after their name, you know, like OBE we have in the UK, or MD in the States. It looks like you're gaining some form of recognition from a very official source this month. Like you're going to be recognized for something, and you could be, for some of you, you could even be qualifying. So this could be like a promotion. The only thing that I will say to you is, because we are in a Mercury retrograde this month, if you do get a promotion, just be sure to make sure, just be sure to be sure that when you get it, that it's all on paper, and that you check it and double check it. Because the thing is, with a Mercury retrograde, people tend to make, you know, mistakes, you know, typos. As an example, if someone writes you a check and they say, oh, you know, you've won this, and they miss a 0 off that check, you're going to be pretty peeved. So, do you know what I mean? I think you get what I mean. So your second week of the month, you have the Chariot card. Yeah, there's definitely, this is it, right? So not only does the Chariot card represent victory and success, it also has a link to water, to the watery world and all the rest of it, but it's the completion of something, the successful completion of something. So for some of you, whatever course you've been studying behind closed doors, you're going to pass it. And you're not only going to pass it, but you're going to pass it with either honours, distinction, all of that sort of stuff. The fact that it falls under the 10 of Wands in your money and materials really does, for me, say that there's some kind of a burden that you're able to let go of this week, and it's happened faster than anticipated, or maybe even faster than planned for. Fantastic. So your third week of the month, your Nine of Pentacles, you got the Temperance card. The Temperance card has been quite active for this third week of the month, which makes me wonder, Yeah, because we'll be heading into Sagittarius season, that's why. Okay, cool. I love the way tarot works like that sometimes. So this third week of the month is when the sun will move into Sagittarius, and the Temperance card represents the sign of Sagittarius, which is, you know, that's awesome. So underneath the Nine of Pentacles, this will, because the Temperance card represents Sagittarius, it sees you looking at the meaning, it sees you discovering the bigger, the broader meaning, why certain things had to happen the way that they did. Not only are you gaining award or recognition from something, but it really feels like it all makes sense. All those moments of having to go without, all the sleepless nights, or the working, maybe working late into the night, this is where it all makes sense. This is where it all comes together and you say, do you know what, now I understand why it had to be that way. Now I understand why I had to work that hard, or push so hard and push so far, which is absolutely brilliant. Also, it looks like there's some communication coming from overseas, which is lovely. Really, really nice. And it could be about a collaborative effort. There may even be a trip that is being planned abroad somewhere in relation to whatever it is that you do for work. So keep that in mind. And then finally, you've got the Strength card underneath the King of Cups. Relationships look brilliant this month. They absolutely do. I really, really love this. I just do. It's just such a nice energy, and you're really getting back to your heart space. For those of you that are single, you really are doing the work. This is the month where you're saying to yourself, you know what, I know what I want from a relationship, and now that I've achieved what I want to in my own life, I feel like I'm ready to add more to that. And it's not about feeling lonely at all. It's about having so much in your life that you're like, yeah, you know what, I want to share this. I want to expand who I am. For some of you, you could be deciding this month that actually you do want to start a family. For some of you, you could be deciding that you want to extend your family, you know, add people to it, or add, you know, new children. For those of you that are partnered, married, all of the rest of it, remember this fish energy. So if you don't want any more children, just this is a month for you to be cautious. If especially because we've got Venus in Scorpio, so you know you could be having a lot of one-on-one time with the partner, so to speak. Yeah, it really feels for me like the bond between you guys is really getting stronger, and you're finding ways to say, look, you know what, I honour you for all of the hard work that you've put in. Like for those of you that are getting these awards and accolades and stuff that are in relationships already, you could be not surprised, but you could be like, oh wow, you know, your partner could just be absolutely gushing over you this month, where they're like, I'm so proud of you, look at all that you've achieved, look at everything that you've done. And it's just a beautiful feeling that I'm getting, because it's like a true warmth, you know, and it's really nice to see that. Really nice. So okay, I'm throwing all the cards all over the place. So there's a whole bunch of cards that came out, but there was only one face up, and she is you, right? The Queen of Pentacles actually represents the sign of Virgo. She is the ultimate, as far as I'm concerned anyway, you know, when it comes to getting the most out of what you have, right? It's a card of deep gratitude, it's a card of budgeting, but all of that sort of stuff. It's because the Queen of Pentacles, she's the sort of person, you could give her a tenner, she'll turn it into 100 quid. If you've been watching my channel long enough, you've heard me give that example about her so many times. She's all about increasing the yield, out of getting the most out of what you have. And the fact that this is the key to the month, even if you're a male Virgo watching this, there is an archetype of yourself in this energy. And what it's basically saying is, this month, be who you absolutely are, right? You don't have to change anything about you, because that's who's shining. That's the person that's winning this accolade. That's the person that's getting these awards or rewards. The person that's being acknowledged for all that they've done is you. It's who you are, and there's nothing about you that needs to change. If anything, you know, just show people more of who you are and be ready to be in the spotlight a bit more. All right. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care. I'll see you soon.